Orange Lutheran High School is dedicated to their student athletes, on and off the field, and OLu is blessed to have 2 full-time sports performance coaches, a rarity at the high school level.
My name is Carl Galloway. I'm the head of sports performance here at Orange Lutheran.
Joe Morales, sports performance coach.
Along with Galloway and Morales, OLu has a new state-of-the-art 5,400 square foot weight room, the largest high school weight room south of Fresno.
Any craftsman has tools. You need tools for different jobs, and that's essentially what we've done in here. So we have barbells, bands, chains, dumbbells, kettlebells. We have everything that we can use because they're all tools to achieve a different end depending on what the need is.
What Orange Lutheran offers in terms of sports performance is unmatched. But while all these things aid their athletes, the first true step for Galloway and Morales is building relationships and gaining trust with those athletes.
Well, they trust us as people before they trust us as coaches. We do what we say we're going to do when we say we're going to do it, how we said we were going to do it. And if they know that that's there, then they have no reason to doubt.
We want to get to know their names. We want to know what they do for fun. If they played any other sports, really get to know them and see value in this.
Trust is everything.
It also helps that there is a harmonious working relationship with the OLu athletic trainers, which is key.
We seamlessly blend together. It's hard to see where one of us stops and the other one begins. I mean, we have an athlete that's injured. We meet up, we collaborate with the athletic trainers, like, hey, for the first half of the workout, they'll be with us. When they've done everything they can do, we'll send them in with you.
Once trust is gained, it is time to get to work on the main objective.
My job as head of sports performance here is to ensure the sports performance abilities of our athletes on campus.
Both Galloway and Morales have a bachelor's degree in kinesiology, as well as numerous certifications in the disciplines of nutrition, functional movement, weightlifting, among others. They use their expertise to help young athletes understand how the body works.
And everyone wants to say, what do I need to do? Second, what do I need to eat? Third, what do I need to do for sleep? Actually, it's flipped. The first thing we need to look at is sleep. Are you sleeping enough? The second one is, what do you eat? What's your diet like? Because if you're not taking care of those 2 things, the third thing of what are you training like doesn't actually matter.
How your body functions, if you don't have sleep, your muscles aren't going to fire as best they can. Those muscles aren't going to be able to recruit as best they can.
Throughout a normal school day, roughly 400 students train during designated conditioning periods with their team. Training continues all year long, which ultimately benefits the individual athlete and their team.
By being here full time, it gives us enough time to where we can work with teams that have just finished their season all the way up until the beginning of their next season.
And while working with the teams as a unit, it allows them to cater the workouts specifically to the body type of the sport the athlete is playing.
What are the needs of sport and what's the person's typical body type who participates in the sport? So when you're looking at basketball, you have a lot of long and lean bodies. So for those things, typically, especially for the males, they can usually stand to gain a couple more pounds of muscle. Swimmers, typically, if you look at it, they're gonna have the rounded shoulders, arch in their back. They're not gonna have a lot of ability in their shoulders to open up. So one of the first things we're gonna do for them is look at, okay, so how can we strengthen the backside of their shoulder?
It also gives Morales and Galloway an opportunity to introduce and monitor many other aspects of sports performance amongst their athletes, one being proper nutrition.
We wanna teach them the generalities, teach them good nutritional habits, getting them to the general, and then once we get them to the general, then with each athlete, each guy or girl, we can talk, okay, specifically for your body, here are some things that might work better for you than the other athletes.
We have a card that lays out how to track certain things 7 days a week. All the major food groups, from protein to carbohydrates to vegetables to fats to fruits.
Taking a proactive approach to injury prevention by looking at the differences in sports is also extremely important.
You can't totally prevent injuries, and we know that going into it. There's an assumption of risk when you're playing a sport just by the fact that it is extremely fast-paced and things are going to happen.
We want to be proactive.
They want the best for their athletes, and they are not bound to any one tactic.
We're big into whatever is going to provide the best result for our kids. We owe it to them to provide the best product we can, and whatever we need to go out and learn, whatever we need to go out and do, get, whoever we need to talk to, we're willing to do that to make sure we can put together the best program possible for our kids.
A great example of this is the addition of a brand new software device, Bridge Athletic, which is revolutionizing athletes' training.
It basically allows us to monitor and track athletes digitally. We're able to have a workout that's on a tablet where they're able to log in, track their weight, enter their weights in, all those things. And while we're in the room coaching, one, we can pull out our own tablet, track the progress of the athlete as they go. When an athlete's gone for Christmas break, summer, I can actually send them a workout that they can pull up on their phone.
All these things are done while preventing the burnout of an athlete, which can be lessened by simple techniques.
The big thing that we do is try to set up small wins on a monthly basis that keeps it fresh. Valuing them as a person. It's that old saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that's the big thing, is trying to develop those relationships with the athletes. So it's not like they're coming in here and we're standing over them, screaming at them, barking orders at them. No, they're coming in working out with people who actually care about them. And I think that goes a long, long way to keep keeping an athlete in the game and keeping them excited about their sport.
The OLu Sports Performance Department are qualified, caring men of God who are here to teach, mentor, and build relationships amongst all athletes to ensure their sports performance abilities as well as their mental and spiritual well-being.